Hey, Ralph here. Welcome to the instructor resource playlist. This is just a quick little tip, trick, hint for optimizing the audio in Adobe Connect, and specifically optimizing the audio through the operating system. The quality of sound makes a huge impact on the quality of our deliveries in the classroom. So it's important that we do, everything that we can to make sure that our audio is coming through clear. I mean, on some level, that starts with having a quality microphone for sure. You can't get around the fact that you're going to need a quality microphone. And if you're an Adobe Connect user, then I'm sure you're familiar with the audio setup wizard. So the audio setup wizard allows you to go through and test your speakers and to test your microphone, and then to test for your silence level, and it sets your microphone to a particular level. One of the things that I've noticed, and actually this was pointed out to me by a fellow instructor by the name of Paul Willie, one of my favorite people in the world. So I always like to give credit to where I learned about these things. But there are also, operating system settings for your microphone that define the levels. And often, sometimes Flash, Adobe Connect, Windows don't necessarily play nice. And so the levels that are set in the operating system can cause distortion or cause problems with your audio. So after I go through the audio setup wizard, I always want to make sure, especially if I'm on a new system, that I check the levels on the microphone. And really, even before you go through the audio setup wizard. But the way that you get there is you just go ahead and select, the easiest way to get there is just to search on sound on your operating system. And that'll bring you to the control panel sound options. Go ahead and click on that. See if my system wants to play nice or not. Yes? No? Come on, system. It's not behaving itself today. Let's try that again. Go to our control panel sound options. Maybe I'm waiting for this thing to... Oh, I did not pay enough homage to the demo gods today. Let's see here. Ask me anything. I'm trying to ask you something here. I don't know what exactly is going on. I might have a couple too many windows open. Operating system seems to be slowing down a little bit on me, but let's try that again. One more time. There we go. So it's just a matter of me not being patient enough. So on your sound options, you'll see here that you have a tab marked recording. And if I go to recording, it's going to show me all of my input devices. Okay, so I've got for example, my default input device here is the Yeti microphone. And if I select, that particular device, then I can go into the properties of that device. And on the properties, the tab you're looking for here is the levels tab. And what I normally will do, and again, because there's no real way of determining sound on the other end without interacting with the person on the other end to try and find out, what in fact, is going on there. And so what I do is I say, well, how's my audio? Okay, and then I'll drag my slider down. It's probably going to affect my video here because that's the mic I'm using. I'll jump back, but I'll drag my slider down, like 20. I'll drag it up 20, and I'll say, how about now? How about now? And just kind of, just doing that little bit of extra tweaking. And, every microphone's a little bit different. My microphone seems to be, from feedback from my students, to be right in that 60 to 70 range is when they feel like it's, the sound is optimal. We've got some microphones in the office where you're dropping them back to the 10 or 20 level in order to get optimal sound. So there is a pretty broad range within these different microphones as to, what exactly is the optimal sound. But the only real way to do it, from my perspective, is to interact with the students, bring up the sound properties and then start dragging that slider and say, how about now? How about now? How about now? To find, and tweak that optimal level. Sure, the setup wizard is going to get you 80, 90% there. So when you come up here and you do your audio setup, and that's probably adequate, for your class. But again, as I mentioned earlier, the quality, of the audio in the online classroom experience makes a huge, huge difference. I mean, I've watched some recordings that were almost unwatchable just based on the quality of the the audio, nothing to do with the quality of the instruction at all. So wanted to point that out. It's something that at least I wasn't aware of, and it's a way to really, lock in your audio so that it is ideal for your class. Hopefully that's helpful information, and we'll see you back for more tips.